Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Limuel E. Hernandez, your Pinoy math teacher. Magandang araw mga kaalamat. Ang ituturo ko sa inyo ngayon ay tungkol sa logarithms. It is actually the inverse of the exponential function defined by the equation y equals b raised to x. Ang exponential function ay 1 to 1. Kung naaalala ninyo yung lesson natin about inverse function, kapag ang function ay 1 to 1, mayroon itong inverse. At ang inverse ng exponential function ay defined by the equation x equals b raised to y. To express this inverse function in the form y equals f inverse of x, kailangan natin isolve yung equation na ito for y. At dyan papasok ang logarithm. Define muna natin ang logarithmic functions. So if b is greater than 0 and b is not equal to 1, the logarithmic function with base b is defined by y equals logarithm of x with base b if and only if x equals b raised to y. At dahil ang function y equals logarithm of x with base b ay inverse ng exponential function na y equals b raised to x, the logarithmic function is also 1 to 1. Kaunting kaalamat, logarithms were invented in the 17th century as a calculation tool by Scottish mathematician John Napier, so who coined the term from the Greek words for ratio, so that is logos, and number, so that is arithmos. Doon muna tayo sa kung paano itong binabasa. So this is read as the logarithm of x to the base b equals y, or the logarithm of x with base b equals y, or log base b of x equals y. Sa logarithm, yung subscript na b ay tinatawag na base, yung x naman ay argument of the log, at syempre yung y ay yung exponent or power. So basically, ang logarithm ay mathematical operation na nagsasabi kung ilang beses kailangang i-multiply ang base sa kanyang sarili para makakuha or makapag-generate ng another number called x. Para sa task number 1, without using a calculator, find the value of the following logarithmic expression. Ang logarithm of 8 with base 2, so yan ay equal sa 3. Okay. Yan ay dahil 2 raised to 3 equals 8. So tatlong beses kailangang i-multiply ang 2 sa kanyang sarili para makapag-produce ng 8. Maaari mo ring tanongin ang iyong sarili ng ganito. Ano dapat ang exponent ng 2 para makuha yung 8? So another example, so we have logarithm of 1 to the base 4. So yan ay equal sa 0. So dahil 4 raised to 0 equals 1. So tandaan, any number raised to 0 except 0 equals 1. Okay, another example, so we have logarithm of square root of 3 to the base 3 equals 1/2. So yan ay dahil 3 raised to 1/2 equals square root of 3. Last, so we have logarithm of 1 over 5 to the base 5 equals negative 1. So yan ay dahil 5 raised to negative 1 equals 1 over 5. So kung mapapansin niyo ay wala tayong negative na arguments. So ito ay resulta ng restriction sa definition na b is greater than 0. Kaya kahit ano man ang maging exponent niya, mapa-negative or positive pa yan, hindi magiging negative ang argument ng logarithm. So next we have logarithm of 100. Ito ay halimbawa ng common logarithm kung saan automatic na pag walang nakasulat na base ay 10 na yon. So ang logarithm of 100 ay equal sa 2. So yan ay dahil ang exponent ng 10 para makapag-produce ng 100 ay 2. Next we have ln e. So ito ay halimbawa pa rin ng logarithm. Ang tawag sa kanya ay natural logarithm. So ito yung shortcut ng logarithm pag ang base ay e or Euler's number. Ito ay mathematical constant na approximately equal to 2.71828. So LME equals 1. Yan ay dahil e raised to 1 equals e. And last natin we have logarithm of negative 5 with base 2. So yan ay undefined. So undefined yan dahil walang exponent ng 2 ang makakapag-generate ng negative na sagot. Para sa task number 2, rewrite the following exponential equations in logarithmic form. So given natin, 10 raised to 3 equals 1,000. So dito, 10 yung base. It means that this is going to be the base of its logarithmic form. Tapos, 3 yung exponent. So dito naka-equal yung ating logarithmic expression. And yung 1,000. So ito yung magiging argument ng logarithm. So we have logarithm of 1,000 equals 3. Hindi ko na isinulat yung base na 10 dahil ito ay common logarithm. So next we have 999 raised to 0 equals 1. So 999 yung base at 0 yung exponent. So in logarithm, that is logarithm of 1 with base 999 equals 0. So next, 17 raised to 2/3 equals cube root of 289. In logarithm, that is, so logarithm of cube root of 289 with base 17 equals 2/3. So last natin, we have 2 raised to negative 1 equals 1/2. So ang base ay 2, ang exponent ay negative 1. So in logarithm, that is logarithm of 1/2 with base 2 equals negative 1. Para sa task number 3, rewrite the following logarithmic equations in exponential form. Unang example natin, logarithm of 1/10 equals negative 1. So 10 ang base. Negative 1 naman ang kanyang magiging exponent at naka-equal ito sa 1/10. So parang ganito. So 10 raised to negative 1 equals 1/10. So next we have ln 1 equals 0. So natural logarithm. So ito ay merong base na e. In exponential form, we have e raised to 0 equals 1. So next, logarithm of cube root of 4 with base 2 equals 2/3. So ang base ay 2, ang magiging exponent ay 2/3, at naka-equal ito sa argument natin na cube root of 4. So in exponential form, we have 2 raised to 2/3 equals cube root of 4. Last natin, so given logarithm of 1/25 with base 5 equals negative 2. So ang base ay 5, ang magiging exponent niya ay negative 2, at naka-equal sa argument na 1/25. So in exponential form, we have 5 raised to negative 2 equals 1/25. Properties of logarithms naman tayo. So if b is a positive number and b is not equal to 1, we have logarithm of 1 with base b equals 0. Ibig sabihin lang nito, ang logarithm ng 1 sa kahit anong base, so following our restrictions, ay automatic na 0. Tulad ng mga examples ko dito, so we have logarithm of 1 with base 2. So that is equal to 0 dahil 1 yung argument. So next, logarithm of 1 with base e, that is also equal to 0. And then we have logarithm of 1 with base 999,999. So kahit gaano pa kalaki yung base natin, basta 1 yung argument, magiging equal yan sa 0. So automatic na yon. Next property, we have logarithm of b with base b equals 1. So kapag equal or magkatulad ang base at ang argument ng log, ibig sabihin, 1 ang automatic na sagot. Narito ang ilang examples. So logarithm of 2 with base 2, that is equal to 1. So dahil equal yung argument ng logarithm at yung base. So next, logarithm of e with base e, that is also equal to 1. And then, logarithm of 10. So ang base niya na yung automatic na 10, that is also equal to 1. Next property natin, so logarithm of b raised to x with base b equals x. This is an interesting property. Kapag magkatulad ang base ng logarithm at base ng argument, at ang argument ay mayroong exponent, ano man ang value ng exponent na yun ay siya na ang magiging sagot. So katulad ng mga examples ko dito. So given, logarithm of 2 raised to 5 with base 2. So yan ang magiging equal sa 5. So yung exponent ng 2. So dahil, katulad siya nung base ng logarithm na 2 din. Okay, next we have ln e raised to 10. So ang magiging sagot dito ay 10. So yan ay dahil ang base ng natural logarithm ay e. So last we have logarithm of 10 raised to negative 7. So ang sagot dito ay negative 7 dahil ito ay common logarithm with base 10. Next we have b raised to logarithm of x with base b equals x. So tingnan mabuti. Kapag equal ang base ng exponential expression at ang base ng kanyang exponent na logarithmic expression, automatic na ang magiging sagot ay yung argument ng logarithm. Tingnan ang mga examples ko dito. So una, 8 raised to logarithm of 10 with base 8. So ang magiging sagot dito ay 10. So yung argument ng logarithmic expression. So next we have 12 raised to logarithm of 16 with base 12. So ang magiging sagot dito ay 16. Then last we have e raised to ln 100. Ang magiging sagot dito ay 100. If m, n, and b are positive numbers and b is not equal to 1, then logarithm of m times n with base b equals logarithm of m with base b plus logarithm of n with base b. So this is also known as logarithm of a product. Ang gustong sabihin ng law of logarithm na ito ay equal ang logarithm ng product at sum ng logarithm ng kaniyang factors. Narito ang ilang examples. So given, logarithm of 7 times 3 with base 2. I-expand natin gamit yung logarithm of a product. Yung argument ng logarithm ay product ng 7 at 3. Ito ay pwede nating paghiwalayin as sum of the logarithms of 7 and 3. So we have logarithm of 7 times 3 with base 2 equals logarithm of 7 with base 2 plus logarithm of 3 with base 2. So next we have logarithm of 27 with base 2. Ang 27 ay equal sa 3 times 3 times 3. So pwede natin itong hatiin into 3 logarithms. So we have logarithm of 3 with base 2 plus logarithm of 3 with base 2 plus logarithm of 3 with base 2. So next we have logarithm of a, b, c with base 5. So ang argument ay product ng a, b, and c. So ito ay pwede natin i-expand as logarithm of a with base 5 plus logarithm of b with base 5 plus logarithm of c with base 5. Okay, next we have logarithm of x times x plus 1 with base 10. So common logarithm. So ito ay pwede nating i-expand as logarithm of x plus logarithm of x plus 1. So tingnan mabuti ito. Ito yung common mistake pagka ganito yung na-encounters. Hindi equal ang logarithm of x times x plus 1 with base 10 sa logarithm of x plus logarithm of x plus 1. So, ang mali dyan ay walang parenthesis. So, iba yung magiging sagot dito. So, ito pa yung isang mali. Logarithm of x times x plus 1 with base 10 is not equal to logarithm of x plus logarithm of x plus logarithm of 1. So, hindi mo yan pwedeng i-distribute doon sa loob ng parenthesis. Next, we have the logarithm of a quotient. This law states that logarithm of m over n with base b equals logarithm of m with base b minus logarithm of n with base b. Kapag ang argument ng logarithm ay pwedeng i-express as a single fraction, maaari nating i-expand ang logarithmic expression provided na ang logarithm ng lahat ng factors sa denominator ay naka-minus. Narito ang ilang examples. So, given, logarithm of 1 over 3 with base 2. So, pwede natin itong i-expand as logarithm of 1 with base 2 minus logarithm of 3 with base 2. So, naka-minus yung logarithm of 3 with base 2. So, yan ay dahil yung 3 doon sa argument natin ay nandoon sa denominator. So, next we have logarithm of 5 over 9 with base 2. So, take note that 9 equals 3 times 3. So, ito ay pwedeng i-expand as logarithm of 5 with base 2. So, minus logarithm of 3 with base 2 minus logarithm of 3 with base 2. So, parehong naka-minus yung logarithm of 3 with base 2. So, yan ay dahil pareho silang nandoon sa denominator ng argument. Another example. So, given logarithm of a over b with base 3. So, ito ay pwede nating i-expand as logarithm of a with base 3 minus logarithm of b with base 3. So, minus yung logarithm of b with base 3 dahil siya ay denominator ng ating argument. So, last natin we have ln a over b times c. So, ito ay pwedeng i-expand as ln a minus ln b minus ln c. So, parehong negative yung ln b at yung ln c dahil sila ay nandoon sa denominator ng argument. Logarithm of an expression to a power naman tayo. So, if m, p, and b are positive numbers and b is not equal to 1, then logarithm of m raised to p with base b equals p times logarithm of m with base b. So, madali lang, di ba? Ililipat lang natin sa unahan ng logarithm ano man yung exponent ng argument. Bali, nakamultiply na siya ngayon sa logarithm. So, narito ang ilang examples. So, given logarithm of c square with base 2. So, ito ay equal din sa 2 times logarithm of c with base 2. So, nilipat lang natin sa unahan ng logarithm yung exponent ng c na 2. So, nakamultiply na siya ngayon dyan sa logarithm. So, next we have logarithm of square root of 3 with base 5. Ang square root of 3 ay pwede rin isulat as 3 raised to 1/2. So, ang exponent niya ay 1/2. So, in logarithm, this is equal to 1/2 times logarithm of 3 with base 5. So, yung exponent ng 3 na 1/2 ay nilipat lang natin sa unahan ng logarithm. Another example, so given logarithm of cube root of 5 with base 10. So, common logarithm. So, ito ay equal din sa 1/3 times logarithm of 5. So, last natin we have logarithm of x plus 2 raised to 10 with base e. So, pag base e, pwede natin itong isulat as ln. So, final answer natin, 10 times ln x plus 2. Tama lang din naman kahit na ang isulat natin doon ay logarithm with base e. Ito ay isa rin sa dapat ninyong tandaan. If the logarithms of two numbers are equal, then the numbers are equal. So say for example, we have logarithm of x with base 10 equals logarithm of 25 with base 10. So dahil equal lang naman ng base yung logarithm ng magkabilang side ng equation, pwede na nating i-equate yung argument. So we have x equals 25. So next we have ln x equals ln 100. So parehas lang ng bases yung natural logarithm ng magkabilang side ng equation. So ibig sabihin, pwede na nating i-equate yung arguments ng natural logarithm. So we have x equals 100. Para sa task number 4, use the properties of logarithms to expand each expression. So given logarithm of x squared times y cubed times z to the base b. So ang gagamitin natin dito ay logarithm of a product para mapaghiwa-hiwalay natin yung x squared, y cubed, and z. So this is equal to logarithm of x squared to the base b. So plus logarithm of y cubed to the base b plus logarithm of z to the base b. Next natin gagamitin ay logarithm of an expression to a power para dun sa logarithm of x squared and y cubed. So we have 2 times logarithm of x to the base b plus 3 times logarithm of y to the base b. So plus logarithm of z to the base b. So final answer na yan. Next natin, so given logarithm of square root of x over y cubed times z to the base b. So ang gagamitin natin dito ay logarithm of a quotient dahil yung argument natin ay fraction. Para doon sa denominator na y cubed times z, ang gagamitin natin doon ay logarithm of a product. Kaya lang pareho silang negative dahil sila ay nandoon sa denominator. So we have logarithm of square root of x to the base b minus logarithm of y cubed to the base b minus logarithm of z to the base b. Next natin gagamitin ay logarithm of an expression to a power. So this is equal to 1/2 times logarithm of x to the base b minus 3 times logarithm of y to the base b minus logarithm of z to the base b. So ito na yung ating final answer. Another example natin, so given logarithm of 4th root of x cubed times y over z to the base 2. So yung argument natin na 4th root of x cubed times y over z ay pwedeng isulat as x cubed times y over z raised to 1/4. Okay, ito na yung ating bagong argument kung saan yung exponent na 1/4 ay pwedeng ilipat sa unahan ng logarithm gamit yung logarithm of an expression to a power. So we have 1/4 times logarithm of x cubed times y over z to the base 2. So next natin gagamitin ay logarithm of a quotient and logarithm of a product para doon sa numerator. So we have 1/4 times logarithm of x cubed to the base 2 plus logarithm of y to the base 2 minus logarithm of z to the base 2. And then last natin gagawin ay logarithm of an expression to a power para dun sa logarithm of x cubed to the base 2. So we have 1/4 times 3 times logarithm of x to the base 2 plus logarithm of y to the base 2 minus logarithm of z to the base 2. So, final answer na to. Para sa task number 5, use the properties of logarithm to condense the expressions as a single logarithm. So, ibabalik lang natin to into single logarithm. So, for letter A, so given logarithm of 2 plus logarithm of 3. So, ito ay common logarithms. Parehas na 10 ang kanilang bases. Ang ginamit dito ay logarithm of a product dahil addition yung naghihiwalay sa kanila. So, ito ay equal sa logarithm of 2 times 3. And 2 times 3 equals 6. So, we have logarithm of 6. Next, letter B. So, given 2 times ln A minus ln B. Ang ginamit dito ay logarithm of an expression to a power at logarithm of a quotient. So, ibalik muna natin yung 2 doon sa A. So, this is equal to ln A squared minus ln B. So, next natin ay logarithm of a quotient. So, yung ginamit dahil minus. So, we have ln A squared over B. So, final answer na yon. Next. Para sa letter C, so given logarithm of x cubed to the base 5 minus 2 times logarithm of x to the base 5. So, ang ginamit dito ay logarithm of a quotient dahil subtraction yung operation. Tapos, para dun sa 2 times logarithm of x to the base 5 ay gumamit ng logarithm of an expression to a power. So, ibalik natin siya dun sa x. So, we have logarithm of x cubed to the base 5 minus logarithm of x squared to the base 5. So, next natin ay logarithm of x cubed over x squared to the base 5. So, logarithm of a quotient dahil subtraction. So, ang x cubed over x squared ay pwede pang simplify. So, we have logarithm of x to the base 5. So, final answer na to.